Hi, Pisces family. Today is all about having a really gentle, supportive heart-to-heart with you lovely people who have played a pretty important role in my life. I have to say, you guys kind of come in and you play this key role that it's hard for me to even explain the quality of it because there's a cosmic influence that you guys have in my life that I'm still getting my head wrapped around as the path unfolds. So I appreciate you all for that. And Virgo season, here we are. And September, most of the month is Virgo season, your opposite sign, the big mirror effect. So whenever the sun and Mercury as well will be in Virgo in your opposite sign, it's a big time for reflection. It's a big time to see yourself more clearly than ever. Because, your opposite sign gives you another filter through which to look at yourself, right? So as soon as I was kind of looking at the placements and the aspects and feeling out the energy for Pisces, immediately the mirror came to mind. Cards are already coming out. Transformation. And it's funny this month because it's a flow month. After the eclipse season, after this crazy time of eclipses and retrogrades, we start having this directional, quieter, softer energy. And the beautiful thing about Virgo energy, which will go all the way through the 21st of the month, the sun being in Virgo there, is that it is great for getting things done in the day-to-day, on the ground, in a real-world way that is very supportive. Other energies can be a little bit more flamboyant, but maybe not getting so much done on the ground. But Virgo, 10 of Pentacles, wow, you guys are having some powerful cards right out of the gate. But Virgo is all about showing up in the day-to-day and getting it done. And after we've had all this tumult and this crazy number of months here of change, we need this September. And that's what I've been saying. And I've been noticing it is a month. The placements and the aspects are here to guide in a very soft, reaffirming manner. Now for you, because you have this mirror energy going on so strongly, I'm looking at my note here. You have to kind of, 9 of Wands. You kind of have to look at where you're writing yourself into a corner. We all have our personal mythology. We've talked about this a little bit. And, that personal mythology is really important. The way we write our story, if we write ourselves as a main character or a side character, we write ourselves as a secondary character to another person that we really care about their opinion, or if we write ourselves into a role where it's not very glamorous or exciting. Page of Pentacles. Okay. We're having some back and forth here, Pisces, between your emotional soul transformation and then the desire to build on the ground. Those two things are going to be battling it out for your attention. I can already see with the cards here this month. So keep that in mind. You've got a duality going on there, which makes sense. Opposite sign energy. You're working on 2 levels. 10 of Wands. Man, you guys, what is going on? What are you holding on to? Where are you writing yourself into a subpar reality? I think some of you feel like you have to just keep living the same old for some reason. I think you do have a loyalty thing. You're quite loyal people when it really matters. And sometimes I think you don't even catch yourself getting into the loyalty trap till you're way in there. And then you realize it's not really serving you and you feel trapped and you're not feeling so good. Now, I don't really see big drama this month, but what I do see so far, 2 of Wands, is, Page of Wands. Okay, very nice. Second half of the month, card flew. Second half of the month is giving a different vibe here. So once we get into Libra season. So we're wanting to look, Pisces, this month we're wanting to look at where that storyline is holding you, keeping you trapped up, getting you locked up. And a lot of times these are very subtle storylines. These are not the big things. They can be the big things. A lot of times these are very subtle storylines. They're the little pieces that slowly but surely you've somehow written yourself into. And you want to utilize this mirror energy because it's a really great way to almost be able to see your life from outside in. That's what Virgo energy does for you. It gives you the ability to kind of see yourself almost out of body experience, which I already know you guys already have like a sense of that. You're already very tuned in, linked in, psychic. I know. But there's something about your opposite sign energy that will really help amplify that feeling of being able to look and get that big lens perspective. Now, of course, you know, 7th house energy, opposite sign energy, Virgo energy for you is going to be about how you relate to self and other. It's going to be about how you relate to your relationships. But it's funny because I don't actually feel that this month is about relationships as much as it is about a relationship with yourself and with your storyline. You know, let's look at some of the astrology before we start talking through these wonderful cards we have here. So we have Mercury in Virgo for a good chunk of the month. We have Saturn going direct on September 6th. We have Venus going into Scorpio on the 9th. And that's going to be really empowering for you Pisces. And that, when it comes to relationships and love, having Venus and Scorpio there in your 9th house and your expansive vision energy, it's very sexy. It's very much about exploring and investigating how you perceive relationship and where you're finding value in that. We have a new moon in Virgo on that same day on the 9th. Once again, new moon, planting your seeds of intention about how you relate to self and other. And the thing is that's going on here is that, you know, your relationships to other will always be predicated on your relationship with self. And this month is reflecting back at you and back at you and back at you and back at you and making sure you refer back to your internal process over and over again, because Virgo is very thorough. Right? It's a very thorough energy. It wants to make sure things are done correctly. So because that's your 7th house, there is a thoroughness of learning experience that Pisces gets in a way that no other sign gets, because having your 7th house energy be Virgo means there's a relentlessness to it. There is a relentlessness to the seeking through of your relational energy. Now, of course, we get into Libra season on the 22nd. Mercury will head over there as well. Sun and Mercury will be doing that. We'll have full moon in Aries, your 2nd house, how you're embodying that, how you're pushing forward into that. Half of the month is prep. Second half of the month is getting in there and diving in and doing it. Okay, so let's look at these cards. Because as you can see, these first 4 cards kind of leading up into the new moon really show a dualism going on. We have Death, 10 of Pentacles, 9 of Wands, and Page of Pentacles. So, you know, Death and the 9 of Wands are that spiritual soul journey. And then the 10 of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles is about embodiment and manifestation on the physical plane. So as you can see, it's kind of a tango. It's a dance between the two states. And they do work very well together. In fact, I think a lot of times we think about them as opposing states. And really what it is and what we're normally doing in life is we are checking in with that soul evolution, and then we are applying it materially, right? So it makes a lot of sense. However, here to me, there's a really direct correlation here between how you've been feeling about yourself and your value and your role in your own narrative and how that's manifesting. And there is a revolution going on here for you, Pisces, where you are actively, and I see it here, rewriting the narrative in a new way. Because death is, if nothing else, about shedding an old skin and looking to a new horizon. You know, there's this whole thing of comfort zones. We all have them. We all get into our comfort zone where we feel really cozy and good. And that can be a beautiful thing, to feel that we are in a supportive space. But there is a point when that comfort zone, whether it be literally where you're living in your daily routine or how you think about yourself, both of those can be comfort zones, become very isolating, very lonely, and very, and they never quite give you the goods. They never help you manifest, right? Our comfort zones can end up being prisons once they've kind of run their course. So what I'm kind of seeing here is maybe you found a little bit of a groove for the last few months and you've kind of been holding back. The death energy here is telling me that there is something you need to push through when it comes to your comfort zone, when it comes to the narratives you write, when it comes to somebody that you're connecting with, what have you, that has to go. And it's pretty profound and very relentless. And the thing is, though, as soon as you do that, as soon as you decide that you are going to push past that little comfort zone, that little bubble, you start manifesting immediately. And it releases the tension and opens the floodgates to a lot of abundance and a lot of seed planting for your future. So September is about getting things done. It is about showing up to the day-to-day. It is about, taking care of your health, taking care of your body, taking care of your relationships, communicating well. The energy is all there for that. It's all really good energy for communication, for shifting the pieces around. It's all really good for that. But it's also about being very intentional with where you're planting your seeds. This specific September is such a symbolically important September. We've been having so many shifts this year that are leading us into long-term energetic cycles as a collective. And we've been through a lot of the tumult of it over the last 4 months. Now we are at this point where we are starting to plant the seeds of what will dictate the rest of this energetic cycle, with Uranus in Taurus, with Saturn finishing up in Capricorn, with the North Node soon to move out of Leo and then moving into Cancer. There's a lot of shifting going around right now. And so we really want to plant our seeds. You have a new moon in your 7th house. So this is a very important time to see what you envision as these 10 of Pentacles, the full harvest of what you want. You can only get this full harvest, though, if you haven't written yourself into a subsidiary character in the narrative. I don't know why that keeps coming up, but it does. And it's so sneaky. That's the thing. I have so much commiseration with that because it's so sneaky. You don't realize you're doing it until you're 20 steps in and then you're like, oh man, I've been doing that to myself. Because, there's this seed planting, there's this transformation at a soul level, there's this opening up. But there's also resistance, right? The 9 of Wands has been coming up so much this month for people. And here it is again, 9 of Wands energy, the world-weary warrior is what I always call him. This is the guy that is resistant to good things because he has seen what happens when you get out there in life and you get singed, when you get out there and you fall down and you get injured, when things don't go well, when things blow up in your face. He is the guy who has seen a lot. And therefore, for him to believe again, for him to allow himself to dream of this bounty he wants is terrifying. And there will be a part of you that says, I am not allowed to dream that big because I've lost so much in the past and things haven't always gone well and there has been pain and there has been loss, so why don't I just write a narrative that keeps me safe? It keeps me safe from the heartbreak of losing my dreams. It keeps me safe from really believing in something that I really want. It keeps me safe from trying it. It keeps me safe from putting my foot on this path that I already know is right for me, because I guarantee you, I'm sitting here talking, and I bet you anything, you guys already know exactly what I'm talking about in your own individual lives, whether it's a writing project, a travel project, how you're taking care of your health, a relationship, and any of those. But the thing is, the Page of Pentacles is calling you forward. It's like you can really choose this month, Pisces. You can choose to stay here, or you can get on board and you can take a step, because the Page of Pentacles is an invitation. It is an open door. You have all the resources you need. It's a phone call away. It's a conversation away. It's a writing session away. It's an investment strategy, budget planning afternoon away from you buying that plane ticket. And it would be tempting. It will be tempting to hide out. It's mellow energy, it's flow energy. You could just go take some extra naps and hide out from it all. But I would say, Pisces, leverage this energy. Because as we get to the end of the month, we are going into your 8th house. We are going into your death and transformation house. And there is no time like the present to start utilizing these invitations. Page of Pentacles is really about getting open doors, getting the phone call you want, getting the resources you need so that you can make things happen. It's up to you to answer the door, pick up the phone. Now, the second half of the month, we've planted our seeds. We've allowed ourselves to dream again. We've taken the time to do the creative adventure. Second half of the month, we are getting into some fiery energy. We have that Aries full moon at the end of the month, and look at all that fire. Ten of Wands, Page of Wands, Two of Wands, and then the Empress. And this is a journey about self-worth via embodied action on the physical plane. And it's funny, the Ten of Wands, yes, Wands energy, fire energy is all about taking action, playing in this world and taking action. But the Ten of Wands is one of the most spiritually energetic, focused cards of the deck. It's the perfectionist. Perfectionism keeps us trapped in an old bubble. Perfectionism holds us. It's such a great out for not having to step past our comfort zone, because if we can't do it perfectly, why do it at all? If we can't be perfect all the time, why do it at all? And I know you guys have very high standards for yourselves. Very high standards, sometimes self-destructively high standards. The Ten of Wands is a reminder that you holding that burden of it needing to be perfect the first time around, the first time you try something, the first time you put your foot out there is ridiculous. Put it down. Because you're being called to take some action. There is some action that needs to be taken this month. With the Page of Wands and the Two of Wands, we are looking at more invitations, more sparks being lit. This is about creativity. This is about opening and expanding your mind. The Two of Wands I always call the unimaginable horizon card. It is about looking at the big picture and allowing yourself to do it, allowing yourself to dream the big dream. I like to play the game of, wouldn't it be nice if? Finish that sentence. And don't be afraid to say exactly what you want, even if it's a little embarrassing, even if it makes you squirm in your skin a little bit. Wouldn't it be nice if I wrote the first chapter of that book? Wouldn't it be nice if I met the love of my life this year? Or, you don't have to put a time on it, actually. I wouldn't do that. Just enjoy that. And don't say it in a crusty way where it's like, wouldn't it be nice? Yeah. No, I mean, really, wouldn't it be nice? What if you're enough? What if timing is right? What if your creative gifts and juices have been culminating and waiting for you to be ready to put your foot on a bigger path? What if you are enough? What if your dreams are enough? What if you pick up the phone? What if you have the conversations you need to have? What if you let somebody love you as much as you want to be loved? What if the job goes well? What if you feel there's a flow in your relationships? What if you were the main heroine or hero of your journey and you felt that you were standing at the edge, at the beginning of an entire new book in your life? What if? Because what the cards are telling me and what the energies are telling me is if you can get into that mindset and you step into those shoes, the manifestations come right after. And that's where the Empress comes in, and it's such a beautiful last card. Because the Empress is abundance in its full flowering. Now that Aries full moon is second house energy for you, embodiment in the physical world, in our possessions and what we have around us and how we look, beauty. And it's an understanding that the abundance is already here. Now you're going to be getting redirected back to this over and over and over again. You'll be noticing that the people you cross paths with, the places where you feel resistance, the places where you feel like even judgment or envy, or that you are ignored by somebody, those are people redirecting you back to this reflective mirror energy because it's telling you already have it. And you can't let perfectionism or an old storyline where you're like the third character in a novel and there's these other two heroes or another hero that you're looking to give you the green light to go. That can't happen this month. It's going to be interesting, I think, for you. I'll pull one more card here because I think this month will be one of those months you might even feel a little frustrated because it's going to keep redirecting back to you. And you're going to be like, no, I want the external manifestation to come in. And be like, nope, you've got to plant your seeds now. This is a good month to go play with vision boards. This is a good month to go play on Pinterest and make like a secret board that's all for you, just filled with pictures that inspire you. This is a good month to have fun playing in the astral realm. I'm not kidding. And don't take it too seriously. Don't beat yourself up. Play. Play. Remember that you are allowed to play. Pisces, you guys are so connected. You're the 12th sign. You have such an awesome gift for getting to see things, but because of that, you have this funny, ironic tendency to get crusty here on this earth and stop, Hanged Man, and stop believing in your dreams. Stop believing in your value. And we don't want that, right? Hanged Man, self-reflection, it will keep coming back to you. This is a card of abundance, just like the Empress. These are cards of abundance, but the characters in these cards, the energy in these cards, are energies of beings that sit back and understand they already have it. And I think some of you have started to believe that you don't already have it, that you'll never have it. You'll never have it, you'll never be it. Maybe if you just extract yourself from a story, you won't have to feel bad about it anymore, but we've got to get you back at the center of your universe. We do. We have to get you back there, Pisces. We have to get you back there because we can't be doing this whole self-effacing thing anymore. Your relationships are going to show you a lot. They're going to show you a lot. They are going to be a little bit relentless with that energy. Your interactions with other humans are going to be deep and profound, and they are going to constantly be an exceptionally mirroring force this month. We are always in a weird world that mirrors, right? That's part of the deal. It mirrors our energy. It manifests according to our energy. But this month, Pisces, you guys are going to be getting a major boost of that kind of energy. So just keep that in mind as well. Don't take it on your shoulders. Just notice. Just notice and breathe and know that you already have it. You have all this beautiful energy. You have the Page of Pentacles, the Page of Wands, the Two of Wands, the Empress, the Hanged Man. These are all abundance cards. Things want to come meet you this month. Energy wants to come transform with you this month. So trust in the journey, and I swear it will be a beautiful ride. If a little bit mellow and a little bit quiet, but the rewards from the September work are going to be epic. And it is really important work in this world to do. I mean, it's the essential work. I love you guys so much. I send you so much respect and love. I was a little gruff today in my reading, but it's because I'm serious about this, you guys. Please come follow me on Instagram at @SARAHTAROT. I would love to see you all over there. I will also leave my website and my email in the description box if you are interested in a private reading. Right now we're looking at late October and into November, so keep that in mind. I'm wearing PinkLune, and it is just beautiful as usual, 15% off. I'm wearing this citrine necklace, and citrine has just been such an element in my life recently, and these bangles, just check her out. She's amazing, one of my best, dearest friends. I love you guys so much. I will see you in October for a very nuanced and interesting time that we have coming up. So I'm sending you all the grace and peace in my heart. I love you.